But let me now welcome on board Pawan Goyal, ED and Chief Business Officer at Naukri.com. He joins in right now to talk about the kind of trends that one is seeing in the industry. Pawan, hi, morning. Good to have you on the show. IT hiring, Pawan, seems to have sort of bounced back with impressive 18% of a year-on-year growth in the hiring activity that one has seen. Suffice to say that one could have called a bottom and it could very well be in place. Pawan, I think you have to unmute your mic.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah, hi. So last year, IT saw double-digit declines for most of the fiscal. This fiscal started out with flattish, and we've been seeing month on month IT hiring scenario improving, and with September being 18% as you called out. So it looks fairly reasonable to say that IT hiring has bottomed out, and attrition numbers are picking up, and that we are in for a good growth phase.
Right. And what's the nature of the hiring right now? Is it largely freshers? Is it for Gen AI? Is it for, GCC, ML, any diversification or trends that you've observed?
Yeah. So unfortunately, fresher hiring has still not picked up as much. The hiring is for experience segments. 7 year plus experience segment is where we see bulk of hiring. Of course, AI is driving, there's significant growth there. The growth in AI roles is north of 30-40%, depends on specific roles that you look at. GCC's hiring continues to be robust. It's 12% year on year in September. So in IT, of course, we are seeing growth in full stack data scientists, product managers, across the various different roles, but these are more niche roles and more experienced roles.
Okay, fair enough. What about the other sectors that are driving growth? Can you give us a sense as to which cities are looking promising?
Yeah. So from overall job market point of view, as I think we spoke about, IT is showing a comeback. From a non-IT point of view, it's a mixed story. Sectors such as auto, real estate, hospitality, which were doing very well, they have now stabilized. So auto has stabilized, but real estate and hospitality seem to have hit the brakes in September. Banking and insurance, which were doing very well, they have now stabilized. Okay. The oil and natural gas, that continues to drive growth. Now, from a city lens, I think metros, there is still single-digit growth. But if you look at non-metros, such as Udaipur, Bhubaneswar, they're north of 40% growth. So a lot of growth is spilling over to tier 2, tier 3 cities such as Bhubaneswar, Udaipur, Indore, Jodhpur, Ahmedabad, Surat. These are some of the growth sectors which are seeing high in 20s, 30, 40% kind of growth rates.
And the government's efforts on internship, how do you believe that's going to impact the industry? Because they have been doing a lot on this front and a lot of sectors have participated and companies have participated.
I think that's a good effort and it will create more workforce ready talent, talent that can be productive in full-time jobs. Now, that's the expectation. Whether that expectation pans out, we have to wait and watch. It's still too early to say.
Thank you. All right. Oh, God. Okay, thank you so much for taking time out and joining in. Appreciate your time.
There comes a time when your heart calls for you to arise. Plant your feet solid into the ground. Decide your own limits. And then break right through them. Become something more. It's my time to rise.